What you see here is a Homestead Whisperfan IV. 6 blades, 52 inches, antique copper finish. Back in the very late 70s/early 80s, Homestead had finally begun to wet their feet in creating their own ceiling fan models after a while of just creating decorative accessories for Hunter originals. The first model they introduced was the Whisperfan, which got 4 different variations. All 4 of these variations used a cardboard box variable speed control system, along with leftover style blade irons that they had used for Hunter originals. The 4-blade configurations being the irons they used for 52-inch originals, and the 6-blade configurations being the irons they used for 38-inch Hunter originals. The Whisperfans 1 and 2 used a 4-blade configuration, and the Whisperfans 3 and 4 used a 6-blade configuration. All 4 of these Whisperfan variations were offered in 3 different finishes: antique brass, polished brass, and antique copper. Additionally, the Whisperfans 2, 3, and 4 also got a white and brass combo, which was essentially they painted the sideband white and gave the fan a white blade set. Bit minimal effort, but still something, I guess. This one here, as you can see, and as I stated earlier, is in antique copper, which is definitely the least common finish for Whisperfans, perhaps barring the white and brass combo. This fan has pecan blades. The downrod is white. The downrod this fan originally came with is about 4 feet tall, so had to use a smaller one. This fan has a GE stack motor with a metal flywheel. Homestead logo is right here. The light fitter on this fan is actually Casablanca. It came off of my K55 Antique Copper Victorian. I put it on this fan because, first of all, the switch cap was a bit scratched up, so it helps hide that, and also because this fitter is pretty wide, so it really didn't fit the K5 aesthetic that fan was going for, so I stripped it down to a K4 and put this fitter on here instead. And overall, I think it looks really nice. It's a pretty beautiful fan. I like it a lot. It does have some scratches along the bottom faceplate and the blade arms, but from a distance they're really not that noticeable. Over on this side, as you can see right there, is the cardboard box variable speed knob, and as you can see it is missing the black piece that goes over the white little nub to allow your fingers to better grip it to turn it and change the speed. The fan did come with a black piece, however I took it off because, if you see right here, that blade iron comes ridiculously close to whacking into that white nub. And if I were to put the black knob piece onto there, it would whack into it and halt the rotation of the blades. And as far as I can tell, this issue is not exclusive to this Whisperfan 4. I had another antique copper Whisperfan 4 a number of years ago that I sold because it was missing vital mounting bits that has the same problem. Sold that to EFCE, aka Donovan Blayhut, and now he has that fan hanging in the Fanimation Museum. Additionally, I believe Brian Peterson, aka Cleveland Fan Collector, has a Whisperfan 4 in white and brass that has the same thing going for it. At least I think. So, I'm not sure if this is a matter of the flywheels, the metal flywheels dropping down over the years, or if this is a genuine design flaw that Homestead somehow completely overlooked in the design phase. And if the latter scenario is the case, then I don't even know what to say about that. That is honestly a pretty big blunder on their part. Homestead made some good quality fans, but geez, that's pretty bad if they somehow didn't notice that. It especially makes me wonder how the knob piece managed to stay with the fan all these years if it got in the way of the blade rotation. So it must have something to do with the flywheels dropping over time. At least that's what the rational side of my brain wants to tell me, but you never know for sure. Anyways, my opening ramblings out of the way, let's go ahead and demonstrate this fan already. There is the light. Okay, now we'll turn the fan on. Cardboard box is currently set to as slow as the fan can go. I did fidget around with the trim pot when I first got this fan to adjust the low speed to my liking, as you do. Got that nice aesthetic low, and with 6 blades it's blowing more air than most aesthetic low fans with only 4 blades. Alright, now let's see if I can get my fingers up there without pinching them and turn this knob. Because it's just the nub, and because I have to be pretty deliberate with where I position my fingers to turn the knob while the fan is running, it is a little tough for me to get it exactly where I want it, but we'll make do with what we have. Here we have a lowish medium type speed. On the whole, this fan is pretty well balanced, which is especially saying something considering the fan has 6 blades. As most of you probably know, the more blades a fan has, the harder it is for it to stay balanced. The GE stack motor in this fan is pretty quiet. There is still an audible 60-cycle hum, but it is significantly quieter compared to a Casablanca, which would use an Emerson K55 or K63 motor. That 60-cycle hum is a lot noisier. Even though GE was kind of very plentiful when it came to stack motor fans of the 80s, therefore if a stack motor fan of this time has a GE motor, some might write it off as just, oh, you know, another GE stack motor fan of the early 80s that has nothing special about it. I will say these motors, at least in terms of how quiet they were, are pretty darn good. Alright, let's get this up some more. Nearing full speed. There we go, full speed. And I only almost whacked my finger in there. Hang on, let me see if I can... And, nah, I guess not. Globe is rattling a bit, but... yeah, what are we gonna do about it? Overall, though, this fan performs very well. Not much wobble. And pretty darn fast. And there you have it. A Homestead Whisperfan IV in antique copper.